Okay, welcome back. Let's get started with the next question. So I hope you understood the first question. For the second question, I'll take a similar question from the same chapter, but it's more of a case study type question. If you want to practice more, you can try these sums. Some of the questions are solved, some of them are unsolved. So like this one is solved, so you can try that. Or you can try these questions, which is similar to what I solved in the, so this 11.7 is very similar to what I solved, but the cash outflow is in multiple years. Okay, so in this case, when you calculate the present value of the cash outflow, instead of taking one, you should take present value of all three, or in fact all four. Okay, should I do this sum? Okay, I'll do this sum. This will be very easy. So let me try this sum. 11.7. So this will be a very easy sum. If you want to skip this video, you can. But just to make sure that you understand how to calculate the present value of cash outflows, you can try this. So 11.7, this is basically project Q and project P, two projects, expected cash flows given, and construct the NPV for P and Q, IRR of each project, and what project should you choose 10%. So I think you can do this. Basically, just like you calculate the present value of the cash flows, of the cash inflows, you can just calculate the present value of the cash outflows in the same way. Okay, I'll just quickly show you. Let me take this to Excel. Share screen. So with the snipping tool, I just copied the entire table. Now I'll go to Excel and paste this. So this will make sure that I'll not paste copy the correct answer. So year 01 and drag this. So I'm solving this very quickly because it's very easy. Project P, 1000, 1200, 600, 250, sorry, minus 2000 and 4000. Project Q, minus 1600, 200, 400, 600, 800, 100. Okay, so the first question that I need to delete this. So for the first question, I need to calculate is the construct the NPV profiles for project P and Q. So NPV profile for P and Q is basically the present value of this one, given that the cost of capital. So in this case, the cost of capital was not given. So I can assume anything. Let's assume 10% cost of capital, because in the third question I have to use that anyways. So I'll assume 10%. So just like in the first question, I'll just use the same rate over here. So 10%. So PPIF equal to, if you remember this, 1 plus bracket open 1 plus this to the power, so shift 6 come to this, so basically minus this. I've already explained in the previous video, so I hope you understood this part. 10 plus 10% to the power minus 1. plus minus 1. Oh, okay. I didn't fix the formula. F4. Yeah, so that's what happens if you don't fix the formula. Let me just make this 4-digit. Now copy this, paste it over here. Instead of E3, this will be B3. EVIF. Now I have to calculate the discounted cash flow. So basically this into this. Down, copy, paste, paste. Okay, so it says 1599, but it's negligible difference, so don't worry about that. Now you can just take the sum of this, alt equal to, then we'll get the NPV. So because we have taken both the cash inflow and outflow in the same table, we'll directly get the NPV. Okay, so in this case the NPV of the first is more than the second one. So that's how, because see, the reason also is simple, because in the first one the cash flow is staggered, so cash outflow is also staggered. So that's why your basically the cash flow is also getting discounted, and the cash inflow is later, so is getting discounted by a higher lower rate. So that's why the cash inflow is also low. Anyways, I hope you understood this thing. So the first thing is NPV. Second is IRR. IRR is also very simple. So IRR is directly equal to IRR, bracket open, take all this, enter. So this is 20%, here it's also 9%. So this one is obviously more, it's much better than this one. Okay, so what I did is equal to IRR, because I have both the cash inflow and outflow both. So I take both, bracket close, enter. Okay, so first one is done, second one is done. Which project would you choose if the cost of capital is 10% and 20%? So if it's 10%, obviously I'll choose this one. And for 20%, what you can do is directly change it over here, and you can see that the NPV changes. I hope the NPV is changing. Let's check. Yeah, NPV is changing. So in the second case also, I would choose the second project. And what is each project? MIRR if cost of capital is 12%. So don't worry about this MIRR thing, because I think this was not covered in the class. So don't worry about that. So I hope this part is a very simple question, and you should be able to do this. I'll also upload this question as well when I share the Excel. Okay, so let's move to the third question.